Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. I'm going to do another DoorDash video. And this video is about the low-paying deliveries that we have that pop up on our screen for $3, $4, even $5. Stop taking them. If enough people stop taking these orders, if they realize that it's just something that people won't deliver, they'll stop taking the orders. And us delivery drivers, we have to stop taking them to begin with. I've had a lot of them pop up lately, a lot, and I'm not going to deliver your food for $3. Drive to the restaurant and pick up your food, wait for it if it's not ready, and then drive to your house, no matter how far, and then have to drive back to the central area. That uses up pretty much most of the $3 that all of it pretty much, because of my time, the wear and tear on my car, the gas, the insurance, everything that I pay for my car, and just my time alone, the gas, it's not worth it. So I know that I took them when I first started this job because I was concerned with, I really didn't know how it worked. How do you get rated, how does it affect your rating and stuff like that. And I did a little bit more research. I finally figured that out, that you can decline the orders for, a multitude of reasons. And on the screen, when you decline, it pops up, it has a whole bunch of reasons. The most reasons that I decline an order for is for the distance being too far, and I don't like placing the orders. When you go to certain restaurants, you have to place the order and then pay for it with a red card. If it was already placed by the customer and I just had to pay for it with the red card, I don't have a problem with that. But I used to get a lot of them from Whataburger, and they pay pretty good. But to sit there and have to place an entire order, and there's always little add-ons, and do you want this, do you want that, what size, or it doesn't have the fries on it or whatever, and most of the time I would call the customer back, and sometimes that's like an extra. I have to sit there, and I had to do it through the drive-thru numerous times, and sometimes I had to wait like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes for the person to call me back or text me back. And so I just started, like, I don't know if it was right or wrong, but sometimes they'd ask me, was that a small or large fry? And I was, whatever normally comes with it, just give them that, and the only thing is I didn't guess the drinks, because people have their particular taste, so anytime like that I did have to text them and call them. And so I quit taking those orders. There's several restaurants that I don't, I have a list of them that I don't take because of that reason. I don't like placing the orders. It takes too much time, and if it's not on there, if they got questions, then you gotta call them and text them. I don't like doing that. So I don't do that anymore. And the main reason that I don't take a lot of orders is low pay. Stop taking the $3 and $4 and $5 orders. Put on there, on the bottom, it has a line that says something else. You can tap on that, and then you write out your reason. And I put low pay, or whatever you want to put. But I've been putting it consistently on a lot of the orders that are low, little $3, $4, $5 orders. And because if I'm using, like I say, my car, my gas, my insurance, my maintenance, it costed like $75, $65 to change the oil in my truck. And when I change the filter, it's like $100. And I have to do that I change the filter once a year, but the oil, putting so many miles on my vehicle, I have to change it every few months. So stuff like that, and the tires, I'm fixing to have to buy tires. It's just maintenance and everything like that. These small, tiny little orders are not worth the money, and once the company understands that nobody's going to deliver those orders, they'll stop taking them, because it's going to be a waste of their time. They should put a limit on your order. Needs to be at least X amount of dollars, or if it doesn't, you need to add the tip on to make it come to that amount, or somehow figure out some way to do that. Because when I first started, yeah, I did do it. I took them because, like I said I didn't know exactly how everything worked, so it took a while for me to, you got to learn the ropes and you got to learn how to do things on this job, and you pretty much have to do it yourself. You have to look everything up and you have to research everything, and because you don't have, unless you know somebody, unless you're with somebody who knows how to do it, then you've got a lot of help then. But those small orders are just going to eat up your profits, and plus you have to pay taxes at the end of the year. Come April, you're going to have to pay your own taxes. And that, if you're not in a good market, then that alone is going to kill you for your profits, and it's not going to be worth it. The job is not going to be worth it if it's really low and you are taking all these tiny little orders. So I would stick to for me, it's usually $6.50 or above. Sometimes I'll take a $6 order, $6.25 or something like that. If it's real close, not very far. And some of the orders I've taken already, I've already taken some regular orders that I remember these people, oh yeah, they tip, and I'll do that, but none of the 3 and 4 and all that garbage. And I remember, I think it was the first or second week I worked, and I took an order. It was my very last order, and it had been very busy that night, and I made a lot of money. And this one last order popped up, and I was like, I was fixing to decline it, but I was like, oh, okay, I'm almost on my way home. This will be my last order. And because I was making good money, I was like, oh, I didn't want to turn it down, but it was like for $3.25 or something like that, and I thought, oh, well, maybe they'll tip me, because I'd gotten a couple of cash tips for orders that didn't have tips on them, or that were kind of low paying, so I was thinking, oh, maybe they'll tip me, and I was in the middle of my area, and I had to drive all the way to this other end of, I had to drive like 2 miles to go pick up the food, and then I had to drive all the way back to this new addition with these new, very nice big houses. And I was thinking, well, yeah, they'll probably give me a tip. And then it was like the very last house in that addition. It was real squirrely, and it was kind of hard to see. At first I started thinking it was a scam, because on the GPS, it was the very last house, but it looked like it was almost across the street of the addition, but there was a lot of blocked dead ends. I was like, this seems kind of weird. And then finally, when I got there, it was the very last house on that dead end street, at the very end of the addition. And probably I had driven almost, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 miles just to deliver that order. And plus, I was going to have to drive halfway back. It wasn't really out of town. It was a newer addition being added onto the town. But I have to still drive all the way back through to go to the other end of town to go to my house, to get on the highway to go to my house. And it was some kid that, no tip, nothing. He was just like I think he might have been 18, 19 years old, or maybe even younger than that. I don't know. So after that, I remember that night, I was like, I'm not doing that again. And so I started being more selective. But then a few times when I was taking an order, they'd add an order on, or they give you a choice to take 2 orders at once. And several times I didn't even click on it. It just added it on automatically. And they were for low-paying orders. And I was getting frustrated with that. And I should have declined that order or tried to take one of them off, but I didn't really, I don't know. I was learning everything on the fly. So I've learned a lot, but even if it's 2 orders at once and one of them pays like $10, $8, $9, $10, that's a good order. Sometimes they'll tack on a really low-paying order, like $2 or $3. I've gotten $2, $2.50 orders added on that I did not click on, and they added it on themselves. And I don't believe they're supposed to do that, and I should have declined it, which I'm going to start doing now. But this happened, I think the last time it happened was like a few weeks ago, and it was for, I think, $2.50 or I don't remember, $2.75 or something. And no, they did not tip me. And so I wrote down on my no tip list her name. So stop taking the low paying orders. Stop it. And there's one thing I was going to say. I have the regular, well, my bag is under all my stuff over here, but the regular DoorDash bag that they give you. But I think it was either at Target or Walmart. I want to say Walmart. It could have been Target. I can't remember where I was at. And it was in the camping department. They have the those carry-out bags, the thermal carry-out bags, and it was big. It was large. It was big enough for like 1 or 2 large pizzas to fit into, and it was only like, I think it was like 8 or 10. I'm gonna say no more than $12. I can't really remember. And I should have got one then. I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, do I need it? But then I was like, I don't want to put, I don't know. I'm trying not to waste too much investment on this job, but I think I will get one of those, because I think it is, you know, I delivered pizzas, and, you know, I don't like delivering cold food or cold pizzas. And some of the bags are big, and they're odd shaped, and they won't fit in these little DoorDash bags. So you can get bags like that, thermal bags, at Walmart and other stores for cheap, and it's probably a good thing to do that. It, you know, keeps the food warm, and you have a better chance of, you know, giving better customer service. And that's what I'm trying to do, but I am not going to deliver the cheapo $3 orders. If you're going to place a $3 order, you better have a tip on it or something like that, because we have to pay for our gas, our maintenance, our insurance, everything like this. Plus, it's a risk to our health what we're doing right now. So just, if you're doing this job, consider that, you know, really consider, you know, why am I taking a $3 or $4 order? You know, I mean, if they're not going to tip you, or if it's going to take all your gas and time and money to do that, you're a much more generous person than I am. Okay, that's what I think about that. And like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all my subscribers. Thank you so much.